Somebody give me a quick sound check. Somebody give me a quick sound check. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Is anybody? Dun, 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 dun. I need to complain for about 10 minutes. I need to complain for about 10 minutes. All right, let me see what's on. Okay, all right, I'm not alone. All right, Michael Jackson, I'm not alone. PJ, what's happening? You are first. You are officially first. Naturally, Marmar, you are second. Taria, you are, yes, because I'm off from work tonight. Okay, let the shenanigans begin. This is technically my Friday, so Thursday slash Friday effery. Man, listen, nasty work. Your man Black Dot spitting that, man. You know what? I don't pay no attention to Black Dot, man. God bless him. God bless him. Very sexy red. What's happening, sis? Be wise. What's happening? All right. Okay. I told myself 2 hours. Nothing more. Told myself 2 hours. So I need to rant real quick. I'm extremely beat up and sore. Okay. So we transitioned we went from soccer to kickball. So now we're doing kickball for the next 6 weeks. And let me tell you, I'm literally beat up. Okay. The fact that I'm saying I can barely beat these kids. So given all the sports that I compete, I don't compete, but given all the sports that I'm engaged with these kids, from flag football to track to basketball to volleyball, right? Because I'm one of those coaches that will get up there and mix it with the kids, right? I love just playing with the kids. So the fact that I can soundly beat a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds, I think it's pretty good. Now, if they were 16, if they were 15, 16, they would get me. They would legit get me. So I can, I feel pretty good, my chances on physically competing against 12 and 13-year-olds. But if they're 15, 16, I might be, it depends. If I'm having a good day, I need to have a great day against the 15, 16-year-olds. So the last time I was with the 15-year-olds was basketball. And I barely, beat them. Flag football, yeah, I got them pretty good. But when I'm on defense and they're the receivers, these kids are quick. They're full of energy and vigor. I was like, oh my God. Physically I can manhandle them. Like they're not strong, but just quickness, fluid movement. Like they're starting to kind of come into their own, learning their bodies. They got little motors on them, man. So playing kickball with the 10 and 11-year-olds, I beat them pretty good, but I'm hurting bad. I mean, I'm hurting really, really bad. I'm really sore. My legs are jacked. My arms are sore. Yeah, so it's one of those. They'll never see me like wince in pain or walk slow or have to sit down and grab my knees. They'll never see me do that. But when I get in the car, I'm hurting. I'm be hurting. These kids, man, these kids be on my neck. Hey, listen, I would never listen. A 10-year-old would never choke me out. Never. That would never happen. They did not take it easy. Listen, these kids go full tilt. Okay, it's like, you know how it is with kids. Like, so as coaches, we're pretty much on the sidelines coaching. I never liked that style of coaching. I like to get in there and play, but for the most part, we're on the sidelines. And then if it's short, or if one team's getting beat up pretty bad, we step in. As soon as we step in, they're like, oh no, the coaches are playing. They turn it up a notch. Okay, the competitive factor goes up. Because, there's this thing like, okay, the coaches are here. Let's get them. And I love that about them. They only complain if, the only time they're like, oh man, the coaches are about to play. We're going to get killed. Right, we get some of those, but they don't cower from the competition, which I love that. Like they go in, and I'm like, good, bring it, because that's what we're there for. So, nah, them kids ain't taking shit easy on me. Are you kidding me? And they and they pretty much all my height, so they think because we're all the same height. Until I bump them or push them around, then it's like, oh, coach, you're too strong. All right, I had a good time, but I'm hurting. I'm hurting really bad. So I need to look and find a stash of some Norcos or something. Maybe some Trammies. I need a Trammy or a Norco because I am hurting bad. So yeah, this is my workout for today. So yeah, never ever listen. I may walk very gingerly and all that stuff, and I may sit down slow, like how Jim Brown used to get up, right? Because Jim Brown had this thing where he would get up slowly to kind of throw the opposition, the defense off, because they didn't know if he was hurt or whatever. So Jim Brown always made a point to get up off the ground slowly, and that's what I do. I walk, and then my walking gets kind of, I get the more tired and hurt I am, the more pigeon foot I become, which is weird. So that's how I'm hurting. You can see when you see my gait when I'm walking pigeon footed, it's like, yeah, he's hurting, but they don't know that. So I don't do that. I hear you. I don't do that shit, man. I don't soak in baths and Epsom salts, man. I don't do all that shit. That's just extra. I'm good. Trammies is better than Norcos. I think Norco was my first opiate that I ever introduced to. My first opiate I ever took. Oh no, this is what's the top of the food chain? Whatever it was that. I didn't learn about Tramadols and Norcos until this is 2025, 2014, 2015. I didn't learn about Trammies and Norcos till then. But my first opiate, what is the big dog shit? The one that goes for like $30 a pill, or used to go $30 a pill. I forget what it was. It's a shade under morphine. Yeah, it's a shade under morphine. I forget what it was. When someone gives me the name, I'll remember it, and I'm like, that was my first introduction into opiates. So, not saying I was a user, but I was in a lot of pain. I got back issues and stuff, and okay. Let's continue. Trammies are the Trammies. You take Trammies if you have nothing else. You take Trammies when you have that. Yeah. Oxy and Hydro. What is it? What's the generic brand? The Oxycontin and the hydrocodone. Is that the offshoot brand? What is it hydrocodone? Nah, not Novocaine. No. So Oxy was like everybody did Oxy back then. That's no big deal. But it was the one, like yeah, hydrocodone. There you go. Yeah. I was more into. I did more hydrocodone than anything. So yeah, Oxy was just for like. Wow, that was super recreational. Because I get migraines. I get that from my mother. So I had these really, really bad, like, lights out migraines where I would just have to curl up in the ball, turn off all the lights. It had to be pitch black. I would have to learn to control my breathing because it would hurt to breathe. Every heartbeat, you can hear it throbbing in your head. That would hurt. So I'd be out. So yeah, I would. Oxy was the first, but then I was hydrocodone because it's cheaper. Hydros is cheaper than the oxys. You know, so that's what I was. That was my thing, man. That was my thing. But nowadays, all Norcos, Trammies. I just kind of knock it down a bit. I just want to manage the pain. Like I don't want the pain to go away. So a lot of people just over medicate because they're trying to kill the pain, which I understand. I just want to be able to function with the pain. That way it's bearable. So because when you deaden those nerve endings, you risk, creating more injuries that the body's not aware of, or that you're not aware of because the nerves have been suppressed. So that's why I don't like taking it till you're numb or till you don't feel any pain. So all right, enough opiate talk. This is the opiate hour. I'm your host. I've had my CAT scans and my MRIs, so I just every once in a while I get a migraine and it would be debilitating. Now I have to literally sit down and just tell everybody to go away, leave me alone until I go heal. All right, let's get into it. Yo, Edmund, you remember how like we work out so hard? And when I see all these people passing out in videos from working out, I get it. I used to get dizzy, like dizzy spells in the gym. Like you just do a stupid hard set for no reason. And that's why I don't lift heavy anymore, because I would get dizzy spells in the gym. And God forbid you fall the fuck out in the gym and hit your head on one of those barbells or on the rack, or you're squatting, you're mid squat. Oh man, my goodness. So yeah, I chill. All that trying to, you'll still get 225 out of me, but that's about it. So when I watch all these videos, everybody's lifting super heavy, and especially the women, and I that doesn't move me. Like, it doesn't move me. If I see a chick bench 265, I'm like, great. What are you gonna do with that? Or you can deadlift 4.25. Great. What are you gonna do with that? What part of life requires you to be able to deadlift 425 pounds as a woman? If you're doing it for some feel good shit, cool, but that's not functional. My whole thing is just be functional, right? The average person can't do a pull up. They can't pull up their own weight. Average person can't probably bench their weight. Average person probably can't squat 2.5 times their weight. Like, I like functional compound movements. I don't even do deadlifts anymore like that. Like, I stopped doing deadlifts. It's useless. What do you need deadlifts for? You're not gonna try to lift a car off the fucking ground. So as you get older, you just kind of learn, some movements are just not necessary as far as the gym. But that's for me. I don't stretch. I don't give a damn. So I don't give a damn about stretching. But I see people, incorporate the stretching in the movements. Yeah, the muscles need to be. You need to be flexible, pliable. I get all that. Great. Pilates. I'll never speak bad about Pilates. But at this rate, I'm good. I'll be okay. See, you better than me. Lifting grocery bags. Yeah, listen. No this, no, when I see the women lift all this stupid amounts of pounds of weight, I'm just like, for what? Good, you can do it. All right. But it's rare you're going to need to deadlift 425 pounds off the ground. And, it really only works the small of the back. And the small of the back is not the biggest back muscle. To each his own. To each his own. I don't like getting into workout talks because everybody has their own thing. And it's like, all right, that's cool. Whatever works for y'all, But like I said, when motherfuckers get to talking about how strong they are, I'm like, the first thing I'll say is, okay, go do 10 pull-ups. That shuts the conversation down. I don't give a fuck how much you bench. I don't care how much you squat. I don't care how much clean jerk. Go do 10 pull-ups. Right? Go do 10 clean pull-ups. That'll tell me how strong you are. So I'm good. See, I can't do it. I refuse. I appreciate my joints. Yeah, when them joints get to popping, them tendons, them ligaments stiff, I'm good. Nope. All right, let's get to it. What do we got first? Who's our first candidate? So I need to look this guy up. Who is this dude? Prophet E.J. Newton. So, real quick, we got a deadlift hater. No, listen, I'm telling you right now, you don't deadlift for what? Give me the rationale for being able to deadlift 400 pounds. For what? It's a useless exercise. It's a useless function. That's what squats are for. So what is deadlift doing that squats aren't not doing or not accomplishing? So I'm not a hater. As I've gotten older, I see that deadlifts are useless. It has no impact. Doesn't mean anything. Compound movements. That's it. That's all. I'm good on the deadlifts. And now you're starting to see a wave of fitness folks say, hey, I stopped doing deadlifts too. Deadlifts don't do anything for me. So it is what it is. Knees sound like Velcro. Stupid. Yeah, the average mofo can't do 10 pull-ups, bro. That's why all that. When these motherfuckers walk around all big barrel chested and shit, I'm like, okay, you're super jacked. Great. Go do 10 pull-ups on the pull-up bar. Right? I do 3 judo chops a day. What? I'm good on the deadlifts, y'all. Hell, I was even telling Mini-Me, I said, hey, don't do deadlifts. She does, they still have her do deadlifts, but it's with the deadlift bar, not the straight bar. It's the curl bar. Where you step into it and then you do your deadlifts that way. But even then, I'd be like, don't lift heavy with that shit. So, hey, listen. Hey, who was the picture that he was like? He looked 50, but he was like 32. But he played for the Cubs. He had the handlebar mustache. This dude looked legit 50, but he was like 32. He's one of the reliever pitchers. Who was he, y'all? Played for the Cubs. He played for was it Rod Beck? Is the name right? Rod Beck? He had the long mullet, and he had a handlebar mustache. He kind of had a gut. He's kind of built like who was the pitcher for Arizona? The Diamondbacks, alongside Randy Johnson. Kurt Schilling. He's built like Kurt Schilling, with a bigger stomach. Yeah, it was Rod Beck. Rod Beck was that man looked all of 50, but was like 32. wait, let me find him. Rod Beck. Is that his name? Yeah. This guy here. This motherfucker was like, look at it. He's 29 years old in this picture. Rod Beck. Wait. I'm trying to explain something to y'all. Rod Beck is 29 in this picture. He's 29. He's 29 years old in this picture. Do y'all understand? Rod Beck was 29. Yo, shout out to the Cubs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right? Hey, Jim Brown. Jim Brown looked in his damn near pushing 50. He was 27. You know, Otis Redding was like 26. You motherfuckers look like, you know, elders and shit. Yeah. This is Rod Beck at 29 years old. I'm telling y'all. Erica, thank you for the 5 on the super chat. That's how Glenn Cameron had his heart attack. He was doing heavy deadlifts in his garage, and they had to ride him to the hospital. Oh, shit. I'm good. Yeah, leave the deadlifts alone, y'all. Like, I would not have you do deadlifts because it serves no purpose. Yes, Way. He was a whole 29, and he was a pretty good reliever. Like, you just listen. He walk out there just look like he just had a couple Coors, Heineken, Pabst, Hams beer. You know what I'm saying? He drank the beer that you never heard of. That, you know, that the Hams and the Pabst. Motherfucking Rod Beck. Wait, let me look up this preacher guy, this prophet guy. Hold up before I play this clip. E.J. Newton. This guy here, E.J. Newton. What the fuck did he do? For kidnapping? This Negro here. Okay, wait. Kidnapping. There we go. So let's do this. This is the video that went viral of him being arrested for kidnapping charges.
I can't touch your mind. Look at your neighbor really quickly and touch their mind. Look at your neighbor quickly and touch their mind.
What?
Everything okay?
Oh, here they come. Here they come. That's what he's looking at. He's looking at the cops. That's what he's looking at.
Perry, is everything okay there?
No, sir. No, everything's not okay.
Is everything okay?
No, sir.
Sorry? Coming to speak to you for a second. Absolutely. I'll be right back, church. I'm sorry. No worries. You guys just pray.
Uh-oh, what happened? Got him.
Is everything okay?
Do you mind coming down and speaking with us for a second?
Sorry.
Do you mind coming down and speaking with us for
Coming
a
to speak to
second?
you for a second?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'll be right back, church.
Sorry for the interruption, everyone.
No worries. You guys just pray. Pray.
Oh my God.
You know that for a fact?
Okay. So there's that. Now let's get over to see what what actually happened. So let's go to a couple sites. Yo, so he's been detained for a possible parental kidnapping case. Wow. Okay, so this is the other part of the video. Okay. Set his microphone down, walked off stage, encouraging his congregation to pray instead. The video footage shows. Oh, come on, do this.
Restlessness.
Being met by Miami police officers who demanded to speak with him outside. Okay, so what ended up happening? This happened during service. I've been secluded by the police, not allowed to leave. The moment I stepped off stage, our online service was flooded with false accusations. They, the same people who recruited my ex-wife, are now working together. They have my ex-wife claiming that I'm trying to flee the country in the middle of a parenting schedule case. A judge granted an emergency extraction. Okay, so they had to come in and take the child out. They had people come also into the service, which we spotted. This whole thing has been so weird, but let me be clear. I am not fleeing. I never plan to go anywhere. Now they're searching members' cars and preventing them from leaving church grounds. What? Uh-oh, don't record. Don't record me. She's saying, don't record me. Don't come closer. Don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Look at your neighbor quickly and touch their mind.
So this is them going through.
Everything okay?
Oh, wow. They're actually going through the cars. Wow.
Perry, is everything okay there?
Wow. That's crazy.
Is everything okay?
No, bro, everything's not okay.
Sorry? Come in to speak to you for a second. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll be right back, church. I'm sorry.
Oh, they actually searched him before they
No worries, no worries. You guys just pray. Pray.
What? Okay. Okay, leads a prayer. Okay. Newton suggested that speaking up against occultism and witchcraft in the church was the true reason behind the raid. However, Larry Reed claimed that Newton's ex-wife accused him of kidnapping their children by failing to return them following a visit. Reed also confirmed that church members were forced to remain inside the building until Newton's children, along with their passports, were returned safely to their mother. What, bros? This is why you just leave and start a whole new family. Yeah, I just said, listen. This is why you leave and go start a whole new family somewhere else. I'm just saying, I'm not going through all this. I refuse. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I will, post those silly Christmas pictures with my brand new family of us all in matching onesies. I'm that petty. Yes. I'll be like, see what y'all missed? Merry Christmas. Something like that. I refuse. Okay, what is this? Hey, let's continue. More nonsense.
Last week, some Rancho Buena Vista freshmen participating in an elective seminar class were given the following instructions. Stand in a circle. Each of you is now gay or lesbian, and you're about to begin your coming out process. You cannot talk for the rest of this activity.
Wow.
James Leone's daughter told her father she snapped this photo of the instructions and, along with 6 other kids, walked out of class.
She wanted to show me what was going on because she knows I'm not for teaching any of that stuff in school.
Leone says, among other things, the seminar class is designed to teach kids how to be socially current. He was not expecting this. NBC7 sent 3 emails this week and last to the school principal and superintendent, but got no response. Is there a reason? Is there a reason? Superintendent Matt Doyle dodged our questions before executive session at Tuesday's regularly scheduled school board meeting, and again before the general session started.
An administrator approved that curriculum.
We're about ready to start.
Did it?
Just after 7 o'clock, 4 sheriff's deputies in these 2 zone cars showed up here at the meeting on a Preserve the Peace call. We asked regular attendees if this had ever happened before. They said no. Whoever summoned law enforcement may have expected this to be a hot-button, off-agenda item.
I don't see how this is part of the California curriculum for education. There's nothing that it does other than groom children.
Okay, now, the only thing I would say, that's not DEI, though. That's some LGBT agenda stuff. So to kind of blame this on DEI, I don't know about that. This is disgusting all the way around, but I wouldn't call this a DEI issue. I just call this, just more the same LGBT agenda they've been promoting for the last, 10 years or so, right? Okay. What is this? Okay, let me save that. Okay, real quick, let's get to the political part of this. I think a threat was sent. If you read between the lines, I believe a threat was sent out.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly...
That's a threat. That's a threat. And you know to whom. From whom. Okay? It's Chuck Schumer. Once again, that was a threat. I don't see how you couldn't see it, or you missed it. That's a threat.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them. And we need the intelligence community. We don't know what's going on. Look at the Russian hacking. Without the intelligence community, we wouldn't have discovered it.
Do you think he has an agenda to try to dismantle parts of the intelligence community? I mean, this form of taunting hostility...
Whether you're a super liberal Democrat or a very conservative Republican, you should be against dismantling the intelligence community.
Okay, Pam Bondi also fired 100 IOs, right? Intelligence. Intel. I'm sorry, that was Tulsi Gabbard, not Pam Bondi. My bad, y'all. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard fired 100. So once again, they're removing all constitutionalists, and everybody that's going to replace them will be Trump loyalists. It's clear as day what's taking place.
More than 100 intelligence officers are being fired for participating in sexually explicit conversations in National Security Agency chat rooms, all while on the clock. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard made the announcement Tuesday.
I put out a directive today that they all will be terminated and their security clearances will be revoked. They were brazen in using an NSA platform intended for professional use to conduct this kind of really horrific behavior. And they were brazen in doing this because when was the last time anyone was really held accountable?
Conservative activist and writer for the City Journal, Christopher Rufo, was the first to report the chat logs from the NSA's Intel Link messaging platform obtained by researchers from the Conservative Manhattan Institute, reportedly from sources within the NSA. The messages, dating back 2 years, revealed employees from various intelligence agencies discussing their experiences with gender reassignment surgery, artificial genitalia, and polyamory. Other messages included graphic descriptions of laser hair removal, hormone replacement therapy, and breast augmentation. Wow. But some discussions included talks about sexual arousal post-operation and other lewd sexual experiences, including weekend gangbangs. According to these... Whoa, everybody calm down. Let's go, everybody calm down. City Journal, the sex chats were under the guise of the NSA's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, with activists at the agency using LGBTQ+ employee resource groups to turn their sexual desires into official work duties. A current NSA employee told the City Journal the groups, quote, spent all day recruiting activists and holding meetings with titles including pride and transgender community inclusion to ultimately talk about sex. Intelligence agencies were told to identify employees who participated in these sexually explicit chat room conversations and terminate their employment by Friday. In a statement, the NSA says potential misuse of these platforms by a small group does not represent the community, adding that investigations are ongoing. For Straight Arrow News, I'm...
Wow. I get it. It's a privately encrypted server, and you're not going to get, the risk of being hacked is next to nil. I get it why they would, but nah, you can't. Nah, you got to think smarter than that, yo. That's what Discord is for. That's what Discord is for. You use the Discord servers, y'all. Use Discord. Don't do this. Not on the clock. Good grief. Good grief. All right. What is this? Nope. Okay, let's stop that. Let's go here. Ooh, do I go take? Okay, yeah, you know what? Okay. This is interesting.
Whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media that this was something that was happening.
Okay, if you don't know who he's talking about, he's talking about Andrew Tate. Yes, that Andrew Tate. That Andrew Tate. Red Pill Manosphere Andrew Tate. DeSantis does not want Tate in Florida. Trump has said he would like Andrew Tate to be in Florida. Now Tate's still fighting that case. That case has not been dropped or dismissed. He's still fighting those trafficking cases in Romania. I didn't know. I didn't think he was able to leave the country like that. Let me see if I can find it. DeSantis. Yeah. He doesn't want the brothers there.
Controversial influencers Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan just touched down in Florida after spending.
So they were able to leave. Wow. Okay. They're in Florida right now.
In the last 2 years, detained in Romania for a sexual assault and sex trafficking case. This is new video of their arrival in Fort Lauderdale after authorities lifted travel restrictions against the brothers. Now, it's not clear under what conditions they were allowed to leave Romania, or their charges haven't been dropped. Our partners at CBS News Miami are following the story for us. Take a listen.
The Tates have dual U.S. British citizenship and have millions of followers online. And to give you some more background, as you might recall, we first reported that they were arrested in late 2022 and formally indicted last year on charges. Officials say they took part in a criminal ring that lured women to Romania, where they were sexually exploited. Andrew Tate was also charged with rape. They deny those allegations. In December, we reported a court ruled that the case couldn't go to trial because of multiple legal and procedural irregularities on the part of prosecutors. The case, however, remained open, and there is still another ongoing investigation against them in Romania.
Okay, so they got an open case still. The prosecutor just has to clean up the charges or what they want. They're going to come back and circle back to this after they satisfy the court's requirements to proceed with the prosecution. They're going to circle back on this, but let's continue.
Romania's anti-organized crime agency has released a statement that says prosecutors approved the request to change the travel restrictions on the Tates, but didn't say who made that request. The brothers are still required to appear before authorities when summoned.
All right, let's go to BBC correspondent Nick Dorp, who is in the capital of Romania. Welcome, Nick. Great to be with you. Have Romanian officials said anything about why they lifted the Tate brothers' travel restrictions? Because the charges have not been dropped.
That's right. The charges are still in place. The prosecutors, there was a rather terse statement from the Romanian prosecutors here this morning. So after the Tates had flown out on that private jet, which has now touched down in Florida, in that statement, they said that the lawyers acting for the Tate brothers had asked for two things. One was for all charges against them to be dropped. That was rejected by prosecutors here in Romania. But the second thing they'd asked, which was to have the right to get back their American passports and travel out of the country, that was granted. So in a nutshell, the situation we're in now is that they're still under what the Romanian law calls judicial control, which means that they're expected to collaborate, to participate with that investigation, and eventually, presumably, to stand trial here in Romania on those very serious charges. But the prosecutors have now allowed them to travel back to the United States.
And can you go over the charges that the Tate brothers are actually facing and why they were in Romania in the first place?
Sure. The Tate brothers first came to Romania, I think it was in 2016. They said then publicly that they felt freer here to do what they liked, to pursue their business. And also part of that business was live online sex chats. And there are allegations against them of, for example, of luring young women to Romania and then coercing them into taking part in making basically online pornography, that this amounts to trafficking. And they're also accused, Andrew Tate is accused also of rape and also of money laundering and forming a criminal organization. So basically all these...
Okay, so remember we did the deep dive. They got affiliations with the Romanian mob. It's a long story with that. I don't feel like getting into it, but he was a go-between, and it was between the Romanian mob and then Las Vegas. He was like the central hub for that, for the online gambling and for the webcam stuff with the girls. Okay, let's continue. Now remember, the two girls that escaped, were held. They had to sneak out. They was trying to call their parents, whatever, and it's a whole crazy thing. Okay, let's continue.
Activities which Andrew Tate felt he was freer to do here. The Romanians turned around, the Romanian authorities turned around and said, no, this is a law-abiding country. We don't want you doing these things here. These are criminal activities here as elsewhere. And that's what launched this sort of more than 2 years of legal actions against them. It was very interesting, Andrew Tate, in that brief exchange with reporters when he touched down, after he touched down in Florida, saying that there's no active indictment against him. You also mentioned here that this legal case, the judge basically returning the indictment to the prosecution and asking them to rewrite it. It's interesting here in Romania that the rights of the defendants are very well developed.
So they got to clean it up. That's all they got to do. Clean it up, and they're going to circle back like a shark. Okay. Doesn't make sense. Okay, let's go.
Whereas the rights of victims of crime are less well developed, and Tristan Tate's legal team have been working very carefully on these procedural issues in order to build to this moment now where they've been allowed to leave the country.
And back here in the U.S., where they just arrived, we know the Tate brothers have supported President Trump, and their lawyer now works for the DOJ. Is there any indication that their lawyer had anything to do with the travel restriction being lifted and then coming to Florida?
Clearly, there has been pressure, whatever we call it, from the Trump administration. We know that Richard Grenell, Donald Trump's special envoy, had conversations with the Romanian foreign minister in the corridors of the recent Munich Security Conference and raised the issue of the Tates. We also know there were private contacts. The Financial Times newspaper listed some of the contacts.
Okay, so you got Trump pulling strings to get Andrew Tate over here, a guy that's basically fighting charges of trafficking. And then y'all got the Epstein files, heavily redacted, a nothing burger. But yet, if we go back a couple years, Trump was on the flight manifest for the Flying Lolita. Now I told you that the Epstein files you guys were going to get would mean nothing. They didn't name anybody, and if so, where are the charges? Who's going to get charged for what? For what crime? Oh my goodness. Listen, I hate to say this, but the American people as a collective are slow. That's the nicest way I can say it.
Between the US administration and the Romanian government. The Romanian government then denied that this amounted to a demand from the US government. But as a key US ally here in Europe, a key NATO member, Romania clearly did feel under pressure and seem to have given in to the pressure now, notwithstanding the fact, of course, that the Tates say that they hope to be cleared one day by a Romanian court, and they seem to have given some undertaking, that we haven't seen anything in writing, that they will return to Romania when they're requested to do so by the Romanian judges.
Nick Thorpe from the BBC reporting to us live from Romania. Great to see you, Nick.
So let's see what this fool said.
And all right now we're going to go out to Fort Lauderdale International Airport, where the Tate brothers are just leaving the airport, we understand. Maybe we'll listen in and see if we can hear what they're saying.
About us, all the things that go around about us on the internet. We've yet to be convicted of any crime in our lives ever. We have no criminal record anywhere on the planet ever. Our case was dismissed on the 19th of December in Romania under the Biden administration. And our prosecutor recently decided, because we have no active indictment in court, to let us go and return. This is a democratic society. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, as my brother and I are. And I think it's extremely important that we stop allowing media spin.
Now, y'all pay attention, because if the case was dismissed, that means that you have no conditions to return back to Romania to for whatever reason they need you back there for. So that clearly the case has not been dismissed. Terms and conditions. Okay, but yes, like someone said, it's all theater. Let's continue.
And wrap-up smears, lies, or carefully constructed narratives from George Soros-funded operations trying to destroy the reputations of good people who have no intention to do anything other than follow the law.
Andrew, what about President Trump? Will you return to Romania? What about President Trump? Did Donald Trump help you? Hold on, everybody.
All right, our Roshlo out there, he gave us a live report at the top of the hour. As you see, the brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate, they are leaving Fort Lauderdale Airport right now. We know that they had a travel ban, banning them from travel, but according to their lawyers, and as you can see, live proof right here, they are here in Florida. But they do have a scheduled appearance to be back in Romania on March 24th. Of course, we're going to keep following this. We have
okay, so that means the case has not been dismissed. But okay, let's continue.
Roshlo live on the scene to give us updates. We just heard a little snippet of that interview, so we're going to hear from Rosh right now. He was there from the moment they arrived. Rosh, what can you tell us that they have said to you? What have you heard? And we see a lot of people out there right now, Rosh.
Well, Andrew, hold on one second here. Can you take the camera? Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me turn the camera around so I can actually talk to you. We're hot. Here we go. So Andrew Tate just came out. What was very interesting is that he actually spoke. We didn't know if he would speak, and there were a lot of questions about why he is here in South Florida in the first place. I tried to ask him a question about President Trump. He didn't answer that as he was walking out, and the issue there is that
now, as the earlier newscast said, that their attorney works in the DOJ. There's no such thing as coincidence ever. That word is not, I don't even know why that word exists. There's no such thing as a coincidence, but let's continue.
There was a travel restriction on both of the Tates because of the allegations of human trafficking. Somehow, those travel restrictions were lifted and they chose to come to South Florida. Why did they choose to come to South Florida? We don't quite know that, but as Andrew Tate came out, and I don't know if we can, hopefully we'll get you a soundbite of his before the end of the show, he basically said, innocent until proven guilty. He went on his whole spiel. Now, the thing about the Tate brothers is they're extremely influential, millions of followers online.
Hey, Fresh and Fit about to run it up. Hey, listen. Hey, O'Shea. O'Shea, buddy. Fresh and Fit about to run it back up again. Tate's in town. You're not invited. Abba and Preacher not invited. Fresh and Fit about to go stupid bananas with this Tate shit in the next 2 weeks. I guarantee in 2 weeks, they'll be on Fresh and Fit. It's going to get stupid numbers. And you guys are all going to have to sit there and watch it and eat it. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. I'm not the biggest fan, but I get it. You got Romania's most wanted coming onto the platform. They about to run it up.
Extremely controversial as well. There's two big questions with this story. Number one, how were those travel restrictions lifted? Why were they lifted? Number two, why did they come to South Florida? Now, we did hear from Governor DeSantis. He says that he had no idea that they were even coming. He found out from the media, but you could see the attention here inside of this airport when the Tate brothers arrived. It was just a scrum there. But Andrew Tate did come out. Tristan didn't talk. Andrew did come out, gave a statement basically saying, innocent until proven guilty. Wanted to bring that to you live, and we did. Back to you.
Yo. Fresh and Fit back up. Fresh and Fit back up. You hate to see it. I love it. Every time you count those guys out, they find a way. Every time you count, How come nobody's reporting on their multi-million-dollar deal with Rumble? How come nobody's talking about the contract they got with Rumble? Since everybody likes to bring up how much money they make and money, you don't have any money, you're broke. How come no one's talking about how the contract they got with Rumble? Yeah? Okay. No? That'd be too much like that. That'd be too much like right. It'd be too much like right. Okay. That's right. Fresh and Fit stood firm. Hey, they never folded. They waved that flag. They flew that flag. They never took back support. You right. You fucking right. Let's get to some hip hop. Let's talk some hip hop. Wu-Tang is on their last. This is their farewell. They got another album coming out. The final album is coming out, and they're gonna do a farewell tour. Pretty much just like Kiss did, like a farewell tour. Like, we're not gonna do this ever again. But I don't believe that. But let's go.
So we've talked about this present moment of Wu-Tang, dipping a little bit back into 97. Like, can we hit you with a few other Glory Days
hit me.
questions? Because I'm thinking about the Hot 97 ban.
Mm-hmm.
And Wu-Tang going to play Summer Jam, big radio station concert.
I think we wanted to go on last.
Okay.
But they put Bad Boy to go on before us.
Ooh.
And I think that's what it was.
Okay.
And then, back then I was buck wild. It just wilded out.
Right.
Wild out.
So did the Klan know you was about to say
Nah.
I think people of the new generation don't realize how much power rap radio had at the time. Like, you go out there. I mean,
it was the power.
Talk to me about the fork in the road of that moment. Like, what happens to Wu-Tang if you don't get banned from Hot 97?
If we didn't get banned from Hot 97 and their sister stations, and even a few other stations that follow their trend, it's almost like, I think Wu-Tang forever, could have been Diamond.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I think like, and other albums that came. I mean, we continue with albums. I mean, you figured after that, Capadonna comes, right, and he gets a gold album, but that's
with no support, like no.
Exactly. I mean,
and that was at
Bobby
a time,
Digital, no support,
and that was at a time.
Hey, Bobby Digital. Hey, that first Bobby Digital. Hey, listen. Hey, that first Bobby Digital record, man, that album, that shit went stupid. We're like, what the fuck is he saying? Joey, I know you had the Bobby Digital, son. I know. Hey, listen, everybody. Let me find the first single off that joint. That Bobby Digital shit. Yeah, that first album. And we were like, this dude is bonkers. Bobby Digital. First album. It's okay. Some of y'all were like, what is he talking about? It's okay. Yeah, digital and stereo. This was the first. Okay, let's finish this up real quick. Let's finish this up before we get to before we go back in time with Bobby Digital.
When pop Z100s of the world weren't playing hip hop like that. We're still a few years away from that happening. So all of a sudden there's no outlet.
Raekwon's second album, Jizza album, Ghostface, Supreme Clientele.
Okay, wait. Now we say was it Raekwon? Raekwon's second album, Immobilarity, was trash. Let's not do that. Raekwon's second album, Immobilarity, was trash. No, sir. It was like one record I liked out of that whole album. That's why I say it was Ghostface that made Only Built for Cuban Links the album it is. Because Raekwon ain't never made shit close to that. It was Ghostface. Every Ghostface album sounds like an extension from Only Built for Cuban Links. It's Ghostface. He had the sauce, not Raekwon. I say that shit, and I'm the only person on the hill to say that. Like, I'll debate anybody. It was never Raekwon. It was always Ghostface. Supreme Clientele. Oh my God. Iron Man 2. Stop. Every Ghostface record, every album is just another, a diluted extension of Only Built for Cuban Links. Yeah, go put in that immobility and tell me what y'all. Yeah, no, that shit was not fire. It wasn't fire then. It sure as hell ain't fire now. But I'm just being, I'm being nitpicky. But I'm just telling y'all what it was.
Supreme Clientele got minuscule play, and you know.
No, Fatal J, no. Raekwon has the best solo album because of Ghostface. Only Built for Cuban Links is still a classic album. You can take Raekwon off that album. You can take Raekwon off Only Built for Cuban Links right now. It still slaps with just Ghostface by himself. It was never Raekwon. It was always Ghostface. Matter of fact, that 6-7 year slump with no Wu-Tang albums, it was Ghostface putting out product, keeping the name alive. Y'all better stop playing. It was Ghostface putting in work, keeping the flag flying. Nobody else. Meth was off doing movies. Old Dirty was in prison. The Jizza being the Jizza. You know, RZA was doing movies with Russell Crowe. The only motherfuckers putting in work was Ghostface, hands down. And he was turning in superior product. It was superior product. Without Ghostface, Wu-Tang is pretty much dead. But you know, I'm ranting. I don't mean to rant, but I'm just saying I'm very passionate about some things, y'all.
Hot 97 apologized to me like 2 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2023.
When we did the Madison Square Garden thing with them. And Funk Flex, you know, sat down with me and apologized. You know what I mean? But that was a kick in the nuts. And in hindsight now, it was a kick in the nuts to the culture.
Okay. I'm hyped now because we talk Wu-Tang and shit. Like, don't get me started about that Ghostface Raekwon shit because I lose my shit over that. Hey, this is, okay, what's the single? Hold up. Digital and stereo. It's stereo. Don't do that. What was the first single? What was the record called? Let's do this. Let's just go to YouTube, man. Is this the... No. Okay, wait. Okay, what was the first single? I gotta... Give me a minute. What was the first single, y'all, that he shot the video for? What was the name of that song? Was it Bobby? Was Bobby the first single? It had to be Bobby, right? Was it Bobby? Somebody help me out. Help your boy out. I'm feeling nostalgic right now. RZA song, hands down. Hold up. I gotta play this. I'll take the hit. My favorite RZA song ever. My favorite RZA. I want the video though, because the video was crazy. And he had Bokeem Woodbine in the video. Is this the video? No, that's not it. Is it? This is it. This is peak. The best part of the video when they got the fighting. I was like, oh, okay. I'm with it. Let's go. Let me stop. That's my favorite track. That's my favorite track by him. Hands down. Shit. You better just wrote it. That shit go hard. What? Nah, brother, you gotta take time and go over the lyrics because it be over your head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Priest, I'm telling you. Yeah. Wait. It wasn't trash. Fatal J. It wasn't trash, bro. Like, it was ambitious. Because, you know, we all grew up fans of the Run Run Shaw movies, and to see a brother actually do something close to that was dope. Like, we've never seen really anybody do it since then, as far as urban. No, we ain't never seen nobody from the hood, like, and then come up and go through the ranks and put out their own version of a, you know, of a kung fu flick. Like, that was, I liked it because of what he was trying to do. I thought it was ambitious. So for that, it's a win for me. You know what I'm saying? His flow's terrible. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What soundtrack was that on? I know it's like a hood movie. I forget. You know, my memory ain't. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I can watch them shits right now and be like, yeah, I'm entertained. I was entertained then. I would still be entertained now. Right? Hey, no, you would have to really sit down with one of a RZA record and just be like, okay, you know, it was trash. Oh no, listen, you talk about trash. Last Dragon is. My wife watches that shit. She knows the damn lines in the movie, damn song. I never understood the whole. Now, I liked RZA's movie because it was original and it reminded me of my childhood. You know, all the wire work. You know, when you punch somebody, you see the dust fly off of their heads and shit like that. Took me back to my childhood. Like, yo, you know, Five Deadly Venoms, the Crippled Avengers, all those movies with Gordon Liu. Like, that was my childhood right there. And to see a brother come up and do that shit, that's a win. That's a win. That's a win. And I haven't seen anybody do it since then. Not for, you know, on the urban side of things. Like, that's a win. Shit. Listen, y'all only watch that shit because of vanity. You got the glow. You got that glow. Nobody listens to none of them records off the soundtrack. No, I ain't heard nobody bump none of them records off the soundtrack. You are the last dragon. No. So you don't rock the records off the soundtrack, even though Quincy Jones produced it, right? It was a Quincy Jones movie. No, I'd rather watch The Wiz. The last time I watched The Last Dragon, how old am I again? What year is this? It's been that long. And I watched it in pieces. Like, I've never sat all the way through and watched it from start to finish. I'm good. That soundtrack. No, it's not. Now I know you trolling me. Yeah. The fuck out of here. Hey, y'all. Fatal J tripping. He had a couple shots. He feeling good. Wife fixed him a gourmet meal, and she put some alcohol on the side. He tripping. He feeling saucy. He feeling spicy right now. He doesn't mean this shit when he talking about this Last Dragon soundtrack was fire. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all bugging. Yo, The Wiz is a far better movie. What do you wear? The Wiz soundtrack. I listen to that. You know what? Don't make me pull out the Wiz soundtrack on y'all right now. Don't make me do this. Man, listen. Michael told you 60 years ago you can't win. Still applies to this day. You can't win. Bow down, kiss the ring, capitulate. Okay? A young Mike told you. What? Bruh. Are you serious? Yo, The Wiz is a classic because every white folk hated the movie so much. Once again, Quincy Jones. You know what? Is there a documentary we could watch real quick? Let's see if someone did a documentary on The Wiz. Yeah, y'all don't sleep on The Wiz, man. Y'all bugging. The Last Dragon is not better than The Wiz. Stop that. If y'all don't stop this shit.
To transcend time and era, movies that seem to be culturally relevant as decades pass by. One of those transcendent classics is the iconic film The Wiz, released in 1978. The film, which is a rendition of the original 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, was tasked giving the iconic storyline a fresh face.
Slide some oil in me. Yeah, slide me some oil. Slide some oil in me. Man, y'all gotta stop playing.
But how would movie execs excite the audience once again with the story they've seen and an ending they know all too well? The answer is simple. Introducing Jeffrey Holder, the man who saved The Wiz behind The Wiz. Many saw Jeffrey Holder for the very first time in the cult classic Bond film Live and Let Die as the Voodoo Gray's villain Baron Samedi, wowing audiences with his over-the-top performance, wardrobe, and face paint. Of course, you may know him for his role as Punjab in the 80s classic Andy. He would also have a smaller role in the Hollywood blockbuster Boomerang, starring Eddie Murphy, where Jeffrey plays Nelson, the overly perverted marketing assistant. He would have some very noteworthy cameos in the cult classic film. Now, besides acting, Jeffrey was a very skilled choreographer and costume designer, and The Wizard of Oz was up for a Broadway remake in 1975, and they were looking for fresh ideas to give it more of a modern look. Now, Jeffrey Holder was the original director of the musical, but inside turmoil would cause him to withdraw from the production and only assist with custom design. Execs at 20th Century Fox had mixed feelings about Holder and his qualifications. The pre-Broadway shows would turn out to be a disaster, so they reached out to Jeffrey in the 11th hour to see if he could rescue the sinking ship. Holder recalls returning to the show in the 1975 New York Times article titled, "The Wiz Who Rescued the Wiz." I was the original director of the show. Ken Harper, the producer, contacted me 2 years ago and told me he wanted to do an all-black musical version of The Wizard of Oz with a book by William F. Brown and the music by Charlie Smalls. I loved the idea immediately and said if it's black, it must of course be called The Wiz. Ken Harper's idea for a black Wizard of Oz was almost a decade in the making before it was put into creation. The founder of New York Social Diary, David Patrick Columbia, writes about Ken Harper and the origins of The Wiz. I had met Ken through Bob Schulenberg back in the late 60s. He was a director of publicity at WPIX. The only thing that intrigued me was that he had an idea for a Broadway musical, a black version of The Wizard of Oz, although I never got to know.
Where's Fatal J at? You know what's funny? Like, people complain about blackwashing now. Like, they've been doing this shit since the 60s. Really? The Wiz is a prime example of the blackwashing in Hollywood. Take a white IP and then give us the black version. Just brush it over with black paint or brown paint. So this argument that we keep having, or that they keep having, wanting to have, they've been blackwashing shit since forever. So this is nothing. It's an old conversation, and they're not going to stop doing it. That's how I look at it.
Him, I was fascinated by his idea, if only because it was thinking big, and he was then just some young guy in his late 20s who admitted to big dreams. It seemed truly original, although I didn't know he could transform that famous movie fable starring Judy Garland and Ray Bolger and Burt Lahr into a black version. Or why, when the classic is good enough. Nevertheless, Harper was definitely serious about it. Holder would be one of the first calls Harper made after getting greenlit. The two auditioned acts and brainstormed ideas together. Stephanie Mills recalled audition for the role of Dorothy in an NBC article titled Stephanie Mills and 40 Years of the Wiz. The last time I auditioned for The Wiz, I went to Jeffrey Holder's house, and it was myself, Ken Harper, and my mom, and that's when they told me I finally got the role as Dorothy. Holder spoke on assisting Harper in the beginning stages to find the right people to produce the musical in his 1975 New York Times interview. Well, I was a little taken aback by that because I am a director and choreographer. I have always choreographed my own dances and directed actors in movement, but that is the story of my life. People know that I'm an actor too, but they call me and ask for James Earl Jones' telephone number. Anyway, what could I do? I recommended Lewis Johnson, who had directed Pearly, and Donald McHale, who did Raisin. Harper said he thought I'd be wonderful in the role of the Wiz, and I said thanks, and then did the costume drawings for him. Though uncertain at first, Holder did manage to secure the director spot. He recalled winning Harper's favor for the role, as well as what caused him to momentarily part ways. Well, I saw the whole thing from beginning to end just the way it should be. The Tornado Ballet that carries Dorothy away, the Yellow Brick Road, Munchkin Land, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Wicked Witch, the Emerald City. I saw the whole thing, just how everyone should act and move, and I put it all into 40 drawings in about 2 hours. Then I asked Harper to come over, and when he saw those drawings, he freaked out. At that point, he not only wanted to use my costumes, but to have me direct, choreograph, and play the character of the Wiz as well. He took the drawings with him when he went to Hollywood to talk to 20th Century Fox about putting up the money for the show. Well, he came back with $750,000 in his pocket, but when it came to my signing the contract, it was a different story. The powers that be had gotten to him, and he said he wanted to put in Gilbert Moses as co-director with me. I didn't want that because it would look as though I had bitten off more than I can chew. I knew that wasn't so. I would be the first one to scream for help if I felt I couldn't handle it, but I knew what I was about. My costume drawings determined the choreography, and the choreography was the show. I guess they thought I was just being temperamental or egotistical, so I felt there was nothing for me to do but withdraw from the show except for the costumes. Gil Moses became the director, and he hired his own choreographer, George Faison. The pre-Broadway shows turned out to be a disaster. Audiences weren't impressed, many were still too partial to the original cast. The issue boiled down to lack of creative direction and lack of diversity within the audience. Realizing the issue, Ken Harper parted ways with the director, George Faison, and returned to the 20th Century Fox to request a larger marketing budget. Fox investors agreed and put up an additional $100,000 for advertising and publicity, with which they used to focus on predominantly black communities and neighborhoods. The studio reached out to several directors, but none of them would come aboard the already sinking ship. So the studio made a last-minute attempt to get Holder back on as the director of the musical. Holder recalls the studio reaching out to get him back. They started calling other directors, Harold Prince, Don McHale, and Patricia Birch, but they all turned it down. Then they called me and I said, with pleasure. He started off by restoring the Tornado Ballet, which the previous director had cut out. It was the showstopper for the first act. He changed the wardrobe for Dorothy out of the pants into a fluffy white dress and replaced the Scarecrow with one of the chorus line performers due to the original Scarecrow falling ill. Holder would throw hotel parties for the cast and crew to build morale and camaraderie and give them opportunity to blow off steam. As luck would have it, between the return of the original director and very sizable marketing budget, the shows began to sell out. It was off to the races. Holder's take on the cult classic was a Broadway hit and ran for 1,600 performances over 4 years. The Wiz would go on to gain critical acclaim, and Jeffrey would go on to make an iconic feat for his efforts with the Broadway remake. In 1975, Holder became the first black man to be nominated for Best Director and Best Costume Design at the Tony Awards. He won in both categories, and the Broadway musical would stack up a whopping 7 Tonys. The musical would go on to become the blockbuster classic, The Wiz. It would go on to star Diana Ross as Dorothy, alongside Michael Jackson, Richard Pryor, and a list of other powerhouse
Y'all
performers.
better stop this dumbass comparison. Y'all better not ever come in my chat talking about The Last Dragon. Y'all better not ever come in this chat talking about The Last Dragon. Don't ever do this. Don't ever come in here talking about The Last Dragon. Y'all bugging.
Despite being a cult classic, the movie underperformed at the box office numbers domestically, perhaps due to Holder's lack of involvement with the actual film. Nevertheless, it's undeniable that Holder's influence would change the course of the franchise and make The Wiz the timeless classic that it is today.
To this day, don't ever come in here talking about no motherfucking The Last Dragon. Y'all, you ain't ever, don't ever, never in your life, y'all. Don't ever do this ever in your life. Don't ever compare The Wiz to The Last Dragon. Please stop this. Please. I brought it up, but I said, but what did I say though? I said The Wiz is superior. No, this all started because I was talking about the RZA. Yeah. No, this is Fatal J's fault. Fatal J said the RZA's movie was trash. So y'all, listen, where's Fatal J at? Here you go. No, don't come in here with show enough. Y'all blame this man right here. He got me started on this rant. He the reason why I'm telling y'all right now, don't ever come in here talking about no Last Dragon. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no goddamn Last Dragon. Put that boy in the trash can. Why didn't you help Leroy? If y'all get the hell out of here with this. Why you a fake ass Bruce Lee? Get out of here. Don't ever do that ever. Y'all bugging. Y'all hella bugging. All right, let's get to some. You know what? And speaking of like urban nonsense, I watched this clip and I'm still like, and I'm a battle rap fan, not as much as I used to be, but this was cringe, y'all. This was cringe. Okay, hold up. Let me stop this right. So, if you don't know who Murder Mook and Loaded Lux are, I don't have enough time to help you out. Probably two of the best, greatest ever battle rappers to have ever done it. I put Hollow the Don up there too as well. Like Mount Rushmore of battle rap. It would have to be, for me, it would have to be Mook, Lux, Hollow, Reed Dollars. Okay? I don't fuck what y'all talking about. Reed Dollars back then was everything. And then you could maybe make a case for you can make a case for Arsenal, maybe Hitman Holla, Iron Solomon. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you put it's 5, but 1 through 4 for me: Lux, Mook, Hollow, who did I say? Who's my other pick? I forget. Those are my 4 picks. All right. But to see this, I don't know. Now, they're at a Jordan event. Okay. A Jordan event. Look at all the people they're performing for. This kind of made me cringe. And to me, I don't think battle rap will ever go mainstream. As mainstream as it went was probably Wildin' Out. Because you had Conceited, Hitman Holla, you had a bunch of battle rappers who come there, Charlie Clips. You know, you can make an argument for Charlie Clips at number 5. But Charlie Clips was never really focused and locked in. He didn't want to be the best battle rapper ever. Like, he's good at it. He's so good at it, he never took it serious. That's how I feel about Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips could have been easily top 5 dead or alive in any era. But I just think he didn't appreciate how good he is. So, hell, you can make an argument for Pat Stay. Rest in peace to Pat Stay at number 5. Maybe Party Artie because he was an early pioneer, right? So I don't care who you put at number 5, but my 4, yeah, Lux, Mook, Hollow. I forget who I put at 4, but anyway, let's continue. This was cringe, y'all. This made me cringe. Like, this was not a win for battle rap to me.
Why everything in here so plush? Why all y'all dressed up so rich? What's this, some type of lunch? Who the person that cooked up this dish? What y'all got? Duck, shrimp? Man, we the conch, the fish, the crunching munch, the honey buns, the chips. Some smell funny. And it ain't just the onion dip. How did I even get up in this bitch?
Now you know Mama Irma ain't raised us to be in here with these people doing all that cussing and shit. Excuse me. Just want to adjust a bit. Now I know this whole scene look puzzling.
Yeah, like my buddy over there dressed up like he messed with the government. What I look like? I need public assistance?
You might do, fool. That's the public system.
The public.
I didn't like that. I'm sorry. No. Everything doesn't need to be in front of these corporate brands like that. I get it. You want to expand it. I'm good. No. I'm good. No, thank you. Yeah. See. Okay. It wasn't me. Like, it just felt super cringe. I'm good. Okay, Pat. Y'all say nah. you cannot. Man, American man. Everything ain't for everybody. That's how I look at it. Everything ain't for everybody. That's just my take on it. Everything doesn't need to go corporate, you know. So okay, real quick, let's get to this woman here. She has her own viewpoint of, like, we're gonna get to biracials right now. This is the biracial segment. Please don't be offended by what I present. It's not my words. It's not my position. Not my opinion. It's just these people's thoughts and musings. I'm just here to present it to y'all and let you guys formulate your own decisions and your own thoughts. Let's go.
Mulatto sounds a lot nicer than biracial, which sounds very technical and insect-like to me. But I think mulatto is, a word with very problematic origins, as so much of our language has these origins. And, it comes from the word mule, which was to describe the mixing of two species. The mule would be barren and would not be able to reproduce. So it was really a word that baked into it is to mix the races, is to do something unnatural and to lead to the end of humanity, actually. And I think...
Okay, is she cooking or not? I think she's cooking. Let's go.
I prefer about that word is that it's specific to people who are of, Black and white American origins that come from this history of the American slave trade. Mm-hmm. And the word biracial or multiracial to me is completely meaningless because I don't know which races we're mixing. And those things matter when we're talking about identity, the history of what ship you came here on and what history you emerged out of.
Is she cooking? I think she's cooking with grease. Let's go.
I like the specificity of the word mulatto and how it really defines a very specific group that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about someone who's half Japanese and half German. I'm talking about us.
Okay, so we all agree she cooked it with grease. Okay, now let's get to one of the main tentpole topics tonight. Now they're saying that Lil Baby is currently in custody. I'm looking for the news clip. This is the word on the street that he's currently in custody. Now, I remember during Young Thug's trial, a lot of people were saying if Lil Baby ain't careful, he gonna be next up for the RICO. I remember a lot of people saying this last year, 2 years ago. A lot of people were saying if Lil Baby ain't careful, he gonna be the next face of a RICO charge. That looks like that it's taking place now. So take everything with the pink a grain of pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay, wait. What is this? Wait. Okay, what are we doing? Nope. What are we doing? Okay, there we go. All right. Once again, I'm trying to find confirmation that Lil Baby is currently in custody. That's what the streets are saying. But let's go.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two 13-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
The overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster. That left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Lil Baby and his music video are also named in arrest warrants for the shooting deaths of 13-year-old Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis. Police call them innocent victims. The shooting happened last summer at the Oakland City West End apartments on Peoples Street. Police describe this as gang violence escalated by that Lil Baby music video shoot. Investigators say members of the Goodfellas gang orchestrated that attack from jail. To listen to this full news conference, you can stream.
Now, let me see. Is that it? Hold up. So let's go do some digging. We'll see what we can find. All right, here we go. Once again, take everything being presented with a huge grain of pink Himalayan sea salt. This is street stuff. All right, this is hood stuff. Some of y'all be like, but to a lot of people, this stuff kind of matters. Okay, let's go. So, APD says Jay Shot was target of an Oakland City hit. Retaliation for a threat. Midnight reportedly wanted revenge against Lil Baby and planned to extort him for $5 million. Now, it goes. Additionally, a CI provided information from a third party implicating Dekeithion Jamin Mobley in the shooting. I'm not going to ask why his name is Dekeithion, but it is what it is. The informant told police that they had learned through a relative that Jamin really wanted Lil Baby, but it was hard to touch him. Instead, he was hoping to catch another individual associated with 4PF. That's Lil Baby's group, 4PF. 4 Pockets or 4 Pockets some, I forget. All right. The informant claimed that Mobley was unaware that the victims were children until after the shooting. The investigation also revealed that Sanders repeatedly told his girlfriend about seeking revenge against the rapper Lil Baby and his plan to extort him for $5 million upon his release from prison. Okay, so this nigga's in prison. Shot caller put out a green light on this dude from prison. Okay. All right, so authorities say that 2 of the criminal street gangs in Atlanta, 4 Pockets Full and OMF, are known to have a historical conflict connected to the August 2021 death shooting of associate Marcus Big Mark Holland. OMF is a subset of the Goodfellas criminal street gang. Goodfellas was reportedly established in the early 2000s and is often referred to as the Mob or La Familia and La Cosa Nostra. I love how y'all can't do shit without the Italians, but okay, never mind. Let's continue. Which is Italian for this thing of ours. Every criminal activity in which the Goodfellas is engaged in is allegedly geared toward making money and protecting their ability to do so. One of those attacks included the murder of OMF member Trevante Turner on June 29, 2024 at 9 Peyton Place Southwest. Following Turner's death, his cousin and gang leader Keontae Midnight Sanders, don't act Nick. Well, I know Nick is somewhere just punching the air right now with these names. Sir, it is what it is. Currently incarcerated at Hancock State Prison, reportedly coordinated revenge against 4 PF members through a series of phone calls and social media messages. Keontae is the shot caller. Okay, if you watch the Netflix movie, it's not a Netflix movie, but it's on Netflix. It stars Jamie. He played Jamie Lannister in Game of Thrones. I forget he's got a crazy name. Nikolai. His name Nikolai. A movie called Shot Caller. Excellent movie. Like you want to know what it's like in prison, that's the movie to watch. Shot Caller. Anywho, investigators uncovered extensive communication between Sanders and several OMF affiliates, including Ali Lee Caldwell, Trayvon Crawford, and Reginald Yano Thomas, discussing plans to retaliate against the person they believed was responsible. Investigators uncovered extensive communication. Oh, I got this. Okay. Those communications identified their target as John J. Shot Smith, who is known to frequent the Sparks Street area and reportedly has a close relationship to Lil Baby. So they couldn't get Lil Baby, but they wanted J. Shot. Okay. All right. Whom police refer to as the 4PF's gang leader in their warrant. August 21st. Police recovered the stolen white Nissan Maxima used in the shooting of Freeman and the Davis brothers at a parking deck on Drew Drive Northwest. Further forensic analysis linked shell casings found at the scene to previous gang-related shootings across the city. Okay. Investigators also intercepted phone conversations between gang members discussing the incident and efforts to cover their involvement after the boy's death. Richard R.J. Hollis, a known OMF associate, was overheard instructing associates to destroy evidence, including a pair of shoes and social media accounts. Additionally, a confidential informant provided information from a third party implicating Decathion Jamin Mobley in the shooting. The informant told police that they had learned through a relative that Jamin really wanted Lil Baby, but it was hard to touch him. Instead, he was hoping to catch another individual associated with 4PF, that's J. Shot. The informant claimed that Mobley was unaware that victims were children after the shooting. Okay. Is that it? All right. So these are the Atlanta teams. Okay. So Decathion here, Richard Hollis there, Marcus Crawford, Keontae. Here's the shot caller. This is the beast. Because he's the shot caller. He's the beast. Reginald Thomas and Ali Caldwell and Trayvon Crawford. Okay. So Atlanta police announced the arrest of multiple members of the Goodfellas gang in connection with last summer's deadly shooting on Sparks Street. A retaliation attack. Investigators say the shooting was ordered by a high-ranking gang member in prison as retaliation for Atlanta rapper filming a music video in their territory. Keontae ordered that. Okay. And the victims were the suspects opened fire on an apartment complex where 13-year-olds Jacody Davis, I think, and Lamont Freeman were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Okay. Now, once again, I'm trying to find confirmation that Lil Baby is currently being held in custody. That's the streets are saying he is. Okay, wait, let me see. Here we go. They're already saying it. Reports are alleging Grammy award-winning Atlanta artist Lil Baby is currently in federal custody. If he's in custody, which we believe he is, they're going to charge him with he's going to get hit with a RICO. They're going to hit 4PF with a RICO. We knew this was going to happen 2 years ago when Thug was fighting his case, because they were just going to start picking off all the rap groups one by one and start hitting them with RICO. And you know Atlanta RICO is a little bit different than the federal RICO. But let's continue.
Tonight, 11 Alive has confirmed rapper Lil Baby is named in arrest warrants in the shooting deaths of 13-year-olds Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis. The shooting happened last summer in the Oakland City West End apartments on Peoples Street. Police described it as gang violence escalated by a Lil Baby music video shoot.
My name is Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves. And I connect to this. Lamont
Okay, we've already heard this. All right. Okay. Once again, the feds got Lil Baby, and SB gonna say, damn, they got the voice in the hero. Now, I'm not sure if it was the so they are saying it's the feds. Okay, so they're saying it's the feds. That Rico is coming. Okay? The Rico is coming. Let me see, anything else? Once again, Lil Baby's 4PF is described by police as a criminal street gang allegedly responsible for multiple deaths, according to an arrest warrant from Atlanta police. Okay. Everybody knows who this is. This is Gunna. Look at this. I got the feds on my trails. They be trying to connect me to dumb shit. I got lawyers behind me. I'm ready to tell them, come on. Stupid. Here we go. Lil Baby has allegedly been arrested. Earlier today, he was named in an arrest warrant connected to the shooting of death of 2 teens. Okay. All right. So everybody's saying the feds got him. Wow. Oh, what's that? Okay, wait. Okay, she's nice. Okay, good for her. So now, Lil Baby debunks rumors that he's in federal custody. Please don't be misinformed by fake news. Thanks for all the concerns. Please don't be misinformed by fake news. I'm overly good. Okay. All right. Let me see what say cheese. What they people saying? Yeah, what does overly good mean? Like, are you really sure? I don't know, y'all. Streets is saying that he locked up. Okay, Lil Baby was not arrested. Don't know who trying to spread. Okay, so you're going off what he said. Okay. I get it. Okay. Well, I don't know. To be continued, y'all. To be continued. All right. That's the first tentpole story. What we got next? Let me see. Okay, Lil Baby. All right, let's get to some comedy. Let's go Cory Holcomb versus Kendra G. Yes? Let's go Cory Holcomb versus Kendra G. This is comedy at this point. This is straight comedy, y'all. Kendra G clap back. And you know what? I don't know, man. Listen, there's no winter coming for these women. Hoes has been winning since, olden times, right? Since, humans evolved out of the water. If you believe that, evolved from monkeys, hoes been winning. Hoes will continue to win. Hands down. So let's take a listen to what she has to say. Her response. I think it was pretty good. Let's go.
I want to talk about the sister Kendra G. She made a goddamn fool out of herself.
Today, I'm going to give a gift to Cory Holcomb. Cory Holcomb, you're going out sad, baby. You are going out sad. But this is my gift to you because I know this is what you wanted. Because this is how you pay your bills, off of content from the internet. And it's just so sad because, we just had so much high hopes from you. Like,
oh, my bad. Hey, shout out to Big Home. George Sims in the building. Shout out to the big homie George Sims. Money earning Mount Vernon. Brethren is in the building. Shout out. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That's a real one. Let's continue with this Kendra G clapback. Let's go.
You could have been in the list of Chicago comedian legends that came to LA and did big things. Look at Lil Rel. Oh, the career is just going up and up. Late night talk shows, movies. Deion Cole, Chicago legend, just hosted the Image Awards, countless TV shows, working with Oprah in movies. D-Ray Davis. Oh, the resume is too long for me to even stay in this.
Now, Kendra knows her stuff because she used to work in Chicago. She used to work for 96.3. It was in Gary, not in Gary. The station was in Gary, was it? When I went there, I forget. Was it in Gary? Kendra's been around a long time. She knows Chicago shit like, you know what I'm saying? She used to live there forever and a day. What station was it? Okay, so 107.5, that's GCI. And you have V103, 102. That's V103. And then you had like 96, was it 96.3? Somebody, Illinois, check in. Illinois, check in. What was it? What station was Kendra G at? It was her and Leon, the dark skinned brother with braid with the cornrows. What was his name, y'all? Somebody. It was in Hammond. There you go. Okay, it was in the station was in Hammond. Okay. Who was she doing the show with though? What was his name? Leon something. Y'all know who Midwest. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Dark skinned brother with cornrows. He was a comedian too. It was B. Yeah, there you go, Priest. Yeah, B96. Right, but on your dial is 96.3, and it was in Hammond. Okay. When I went there, it was years ago though. What was his name, y'all? It was Leon something. Leon Rogers. Stevie B, thank you. Okay, so Kendra is a old OG disc jockey. OG. Okay, I will not disrespect this woman's pedigree. If you know, you know. Kendra G's been around for a very, very long time. Fuck all this YouTube. Fuck this Kevin Samuel shit. She's official like toilet tissue. She's been around a long effing time. Okay? Midwest, stand up because we know. Okay, let's continue. He said she's looking for baguettes. Yeah, she moved to Power 92.3. There you go. Yes. You know, I ain't been back home in a minute, y'all. So y'all just bear with me. Let's go.
Conversation, countless TV shows, tours around the world. Then we have Cory Holcomb, a Chicago YouTuber. You could have stayed in Chicago for this shit. I mean, you didn't have to move to California to be a YouTuber, Cory. Now, I really thought long and hard before doing this video because I know this is what you want because this is how you pay your bills. And I know giving you attention indirectly helps you because it gives you content to talk about. But that
wait, once again, I have to give respect to Kendra G. She has a dating app now. It's trash. People have been complaining, you know, but she has a dating app now. She's doing something right. Let's continue. Yeah. It is a grift. I ain't gonna front. It's a grift. Yeah, she did quit. She moved to Italy. She moved overseas for a little bit. Then she moved out here to LA. So, but she's been a Chicago staple for easily 15 years. She's been a Chicago staple easily for 15 years. Let's continue. I mean, if we're gonna sit here and compare careers between Kendra G versus Cory, it's not even close. I hate to say it, but let's continue.
That's why I'm calling this video my gift to you. This will help you pay your mortgage next month. Okay, let's get into it. Now, recently, Cory Holcomb tried to break down my Tamron Hall interview on his show, but he tried to slander my name on purpose, intentionally, by presenting the Tamron Hall interview I did in a wrong manner. Okay? Tamron Hall personally invited me on her show to break down different dating trends and different dating.
People forget Tamron Hall used to be a Chicago newscaster years ago, before she became who she is now. Chicago, a very long time. You know, her Jean, not Jean Grey. What's her name? Oh my God, my sister went to college with her. She's like 6'2", light skin, curly hair. Who am I talking? Jean Sparrow. There used to be Jean Sparrow, Tamron Hall, Irene Mojica, right? They all used to travel in packs together. But as far as female Chicago disc jockeys, these women were you know who they were. These women were longtime staples on the Chicago airwaves. Like, I don't take nothing away from none of them. I don't give a fuck what they do now. You know what I'm saying? Back then they were movers and shakers. But let's continue.
Styles. Tamron Hall says at the top of the show, I'm gonna go to these two women, me and another young lady, to break down different dating trends and styles. Take a look.
Okay, so my team found 2025's most talked about dating trends and catchphrases. These ladies are going to break it down. I gave you some of them at the beginning of the show, so don't feel badly if you've never heard of them, because I had never heard of them either.
First one that Tamron Hall does is called future proofing, and she asked me directly, Kendra G, to break it down. Take a listen.
And I didn't look them up because I want to know how you define them. Future proofing.
Yes.
Kendra.
Oh, you gotta have a job. You have to have an ambition that's gonna go somewhere for sure. I wanna see W-2 forms. I wanna see success records. I wanna meet your mama. I wanna know where you live. Is it in your name? I'm talking from the woman's perspective.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't wanna make you be already made. I don't got clay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either.
Here's what I need everybody to kind of understand. Now, I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Whose TV show has Cory been on? Just hear me out, okay? Yes, Kendra G. She got the weave, she got the makeup, whatever. She's over the hill. Her boyfriend's Nigerian scammer. Cool. I got all that. But she's on people's TV screens, not YouTube right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, she's making moves, and we can see it right now. Okay, this thing is all about what are you doing now? She's doing it now. I'm no Kendra G fan, but she's doing something, because if she's not on the Tamron Hall show, there's nothing to talk about. Okay, what is Cory Holcomb doing besides on the road, indie shows, and YouTube? Don't worry, I'll wait. Will Packer ain't called him back to be in none of his movies. Will Packer, they used to be like this. Whatever happened between him and Will Packer's never called him back. Okay, Cory had multiple chances to pop. Right? What was the Will Packer movie? It was about somebody getting married, and Cory was one of the best men, or he was in the movie, and the trick that he would do, he would talk backwards in the movie. That was his shtick. That was the character shtick. That was the last time I seen Cory Holcomb on the big screen. Okay, respectfully. Okay, she's doing something. I'm just here to just call it down the middle. Let's go.
They don't want to make us.
Well, true, but the thing with guys,
and they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know though. Some
men, that's right. That's right.
I think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady.
Okay, Carrie, you're right. He was in Black Jesus, and they kept teasing us to bring the show back, and they never brought the show back. For I remember 2 years, because I ran into a buddy who was one of the writers on the show, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on with the show?" And he's like, "Man, they keep telling us they're gonna bring us back, but ain't nobody greenlit anything." And here we are, 5-6 years later. What year did they go off the air? Black Jesus. Sitcom. What year did that end? This was 2014, y'all. This was 2014. This was 2014, y'all. That's 10 years ago. Okay, I take it back. The last show aired 2019, so that's 6 years ago. 5.5 years ago. Y'all know. Listen, in Hollywood, you got to keep. You're always working your next booking. There's an old saying in Hollywood: you're always working your next gig. You're always working your next gig. Always working the next gig. American Negro could tell you. These motherfuckers that have 3 or 4 movies lined up back to back to back. It's a hustle. It's just a vicious hustle. Okay, that was 5.5 years ago. Okay, let's continue.
It'd be too expensive. Wigs is $2,000. Lashes is $300.
Okay,
shoes
are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes. Well, I think that yeah. That's real high.
And you're owning. So 2025 people are owning the high maintenance.
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself. So a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why if you here? If a man is here, why am I?
But you're not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this. Now, I'm not saying I agree.
Wait a minute. This is getting spicy in here.
But I'm with you, Tamron, because I feel like I'm my own money.
Don't back up now.
Now, Cory Holcomb takes a portion of that interview and he intentionally makes edits to make it appear that I'm talking about myself, opposed to answering the question of what is future proofing. Take a look.
I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I don't care. It's too funny. I had to say something about it. I want to talk about the sister Kendra G. She's a girl who used to do radio in Chicago that I met on the radio in Chicago. And I think she really flopped when she went on this show with Tamron Hall. And I'm going to just play the clip first and let people watch. They might see what I'm talking about. So can we play that clip? All right, give it to me.
Just speaking, because I heard you say
I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. You know, wigs is $2,000, lashes is $300.
Okay,
you know,
are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes, well, I think that, yeah, that's real high.
And you're only
Wait, he was on Tyler Perry? Really? What show was that? Hold on. What show was that? Let's look up Cory Holcomb filmography. Let's see. Somebody, Tyler Perry? I don't recall that. Oh, he was in Tyler Perry's House of Pain? I used to watch that shit. I didn't recall no Cory Holcomb. Really? What character was he? I don't recall Cory Holcomb on House of Pain. Okay, wait. Wow, Wendell Pierce was on this? I didn't know this shit. Well, that was back in 2008. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, I'm still looking for Cory Holcomb. Where's Cory Holcomb? Cory Holcomb. Has anyone seen it? Okay, he was on 2 episodes, 2011. That's not gonna cut it. He was on 2 episodes in 2011. That's not gonna cut it. No. Let's continue. Right now, Kendra is winning. If we're talking making moves, I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's continue.
2025 people are owning the high maintenance.
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
Why if you're here? If a man is here, why am I?
But you're not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this.
Yeah. I just speaking because I heard.
Stop.
That's crazy.
She made a goddamn fool out of herself.
Now, if you watch the interview back, you will see that there's a moment when Tamron says, well, why can't, the woman just pay for the wigs herself? I said, I agree with you, Tamron. I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you.
That's right. He was in Wildin' Out. When was the last time he was on Wildin' Out? Y'all really, Cory Holcomb Defense Force. I see y'all. Okay, come on. I see y'all. I got you. Y'all really coming out for Cory. I get it. As you should. Cory Holcomb wildin' out. Wildin'. Yeah. Okay. When was the last time he was on that show? Let's see. Season 8. What year was that? Okay. Wait. I didn't remember he was in Half and Half. Everybody Hates Chris. I think I remember that. Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Once again, that was 2 episodes, 2011. Half and Half. How long ago was that? Everybody Hates Chris. That was a long time ago. Let's not do this. Come on, man. Keep it objective, y'all. Keep it objective. Okay. Black Jesus was 2019. That's 5.5 years ago. Okay. So he has appeared in 6 episodes in season 2 and 8, 4 episodes in season 3, 18 episodes in season 4, every episode in season 5, 11 episodes in season 6, and 14 episodes in season 7. Okay, wait. So how many seasons is Wildin' Out? Come y'all gonna make me do this? That's okay. I got time. How many seasons of Wildin' Out? This thing is on. If y'all don't get the hell out of it, 20 seasons. If y'all don't get the hell out of my mentions with this Cory Holcomb shit, 20 years. It's been on for 20 years. It's been on for 20 years. His most recent appearance. Y'all, get up, Cory. Get up, Cory. Season 6. Nope, season 7. Season 7, 14 episodes. Season 7, 14 episodes. That puts it at 2012. Cory Holcomb was hot from 2010 to 2012. Y'all got to do better than this. Y'all got to do better than this. Come on, listen. I ain't trying to help get him some milk. Get him some milk. I'm telling. Right. So Cory hasn't done anything in Hollywood since 2019. But let's get back to this. Once again, Hollywood is a what are you doing now? Okay.
Tamron, but they're like, why? If you well, in order for Cory to drive this narrative, he edited that one key part out.
I feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more. Why can't you keep doing it for yourself? Why if you there? If a man is here, why am I not here for my wigs?
Because had he kept that in the interview, he would have revealed I was never talking about myself. Baby, I got enough money to take care of myself. I'm so thankful to God that I don't need no man to live the way that I want to live in this world. I am a blessed woman. Okay? Very blessed and very grateful. I can buy my own wigs, my own lashes, my own shoes. I can do whatever I want to do and happy to do so. So to try to paint the narrative that I said a man has to do that to be in my presence is just a lie. Now, here's another really funny moment because, see, Cory Holcomb thought the joke was on me. Whole time, the joke is on you. Because there's also a moment in that interview when Tamron says, well, a man doesn't want a broke woman.
They don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true, but the thing with guys...
And they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know, though. Some men... And I said, well, I took a moment. Because actually, Cory, you came to mind. You are on record saying you only date women who are in poverty-stricken situations because you can control them. They can afford to leave you. You represent men who prey on...
Okay, now I'll be fair. Yes, without the makeup, it's a problem. Yes, did her lace front start slipping off to the back of her head during the Super Bowl, her little Super Bowl dance? Yes, but goddamn it, she was at the Super Bowl. I think you guys are missing the point. She was at the Super Bowl. She was at a Super Bowl with a halftime performance that has garnered the most views in Super Bowl history. Okay? Why was Cory not at the Super Bowl? You guys are missing the point. This woman is out here. She's at major events, and her face is out here at major events doing major things. Regardless of how I feel about the woman, regardless of how I think she looks and how she sounds, she's out here doing it. Do you understand? She's not relying on YouTube. Okay? She's not relying on YouTube. There's a difference in this shit. But let's continue. I'm trying to be as fair and balanced as possible, but y'all making this kind of hard because this man ain't done shit in Hollywood since 2019. That's all I'm saying.
On women who are less fortunate. These are words that you have said out of your own mouth.
Curious to know this. You keep mentioning women in poverty. What's your...
Well, I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. So, women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Cory, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So, I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time.
Oh my gosh.
And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, their children can get some...
Hold up, goddamn.
Some outlet Jordans. Girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's an even exchange.
Another moment from the Cory Holcomb interview I want to break down. This was the part that had me laughing the most. Now, he proceeds to talk about my attraction level, and he says that Tamron Hall is a bad woman, and I agree. Tamron Hall is extremely beautiful. But I, on the other hand, am not as attractive.
I want to tell Kendra G something that she really needs to stop pretending about this as well. Tamron Hall is a bad
Super bad.
Her problems ain't your problems. Kendra, if a motherfucker wake up arguing with you, you're gonna be, get your monkey ass out my face. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Now that doesn't bother me. Man, you could call me a 0. It would not hurt my feelings, okay? You could call me a -5. I would not care because who's ever judging me, I don't want you back. So we have a match.
Now, to be fair, Tasha K did go in on Kendra, but for different reasons. Now, when women go at it, it doesn't matter to me. But once again, is your moving and shaking on the same level as the person you're going at's level and shaking? Yes or no? Once again, this woman has her own app. Y'all saw her lace front do the moonwalk at the Super Bowl. She's on the Tamron Hall show. I don't know what else to tell y'all at this point. Like, my man ain't done nothing since 2019. Cam Newton's podcast ain't gonna cut it. Sorry. Doing the Cam Newton podcast is not gonna cut it. I'm sorry. That's not Hollywood, but let's continue.
You don't want me, I don't want you. But the reason why it's funny for Corey Holcomb to say that, Corey Holcomb is on record trying to holler at me for years. I have receipts. I have public receipts. Actually, Corey Holcomb was on my dating show trying to holler at me. Are you kidding me?
What's up with you?
I'm not available, Corey, but you and I are not a good. I would never date a person like you, Corey.
Why would you looking for? No,
I'm gonna invite you to my wedding, Corey.
I wouldn't go because I'll be trying to flirt with you when he go to the bathroom.
No, Nick, that's not gonna work tonight. No, sir. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. No, that ain't gonna work. No, Nick, that ain't gonna work tonight. No, sir, that's not gonna work. Here we go to use the show. No. That's not gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. I hear you. Oh, damn. It gets worse. Oh, you've already seen this? Oh, this is my first time watching this. I'm watching it with fresh eyes like most of you guys. So Zola already knows how much worse to get. Oh, no. Okay, let's go. We're here for it.
You got a boyfriend?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I gotta wait this out again. One of these years, I'm gonna get you.
I was single for a very long time.
I'll be tricking too.
You do?
I'm a trick. I see the struggle in them. That's why I chase strugglers.
All right, Corey Holcomb is hanging out with us.
I chase strugglers. Why would I chase a girl? Look, you got a job. You see how hard it is for me to get with you?
You got a job.
I've been trying to smash her since I saw her, but it just
never happened.
What they say in LA? What? You know what? Let's just you better believe it, man. Listen, women don't delete shit. Okay? Women don't delete no conversations with a man. Please believe that. Okay? Please believe that. Let's go.
All them radio girls, when they lose their radio job, I get them.
No, you don't get it.
10 years from now,
10 years
you
from now,
belong to me.
Whatever.
Cory Holcomb in the studio, Chicago. We are coming right.
You know what? Let me break down the last interview I just played, because in that interview, Cory says out of his own mouth, he's been trying to have sex with me for years, but because I have a job, I won't go. But one day I'll lose my radio job and then I will belong.
Yeah, I watched it. Don't get me wrong. I watched it. Yeah. I watched it, but still, like, given the context, I don't know, man. If you make 3 or 4 interviews, if it's 3 or 4 interviews and you're still trying to make jokes about trying to get with her, they're not jokes at that point. I'm sorry. That's just me, but okay.
To him. Well, let me talk about the facts. I didn't lose my radio job. I actually quit my radio job. That is when the Kendra G hate began from Cory. I've been hosting my dating show for 5 years. I just showed you Cory Holcomb was once on my show. No one cared. No one cared about my little old dating show when it was just on Instagram. But as I grew, the jealousy, the envy for my success grew. In the beginning of this, I said, this is my gift to Cory Holcomb, because I know in the end this really works in his favor, because he's only relevant when relevant people speak about him, which he knows how to make money off of content. So that's why this is your gift. But Cory, I just gotta be honest with you. I know you're the comedian, but you're also the joke. Only people who are miserable follow your page because misery loves company. Anybody with any sense, anybody with any merit, they are praying that their daughters never date a man like you. They are praying that their sons never grow up to be sad and a loser like you. You literally are the joke. And it's actually really sad. You could have been so much more successful, like a D-Ray, a Little Rel, oh my God, Deion Cole, but you will never reach their heights. You are a YouTuber.
Shit. I mean, is she cooking though? I don't.
The end. Oh, listen, bonus content. I almost forgot. Okay, let's talk about this. Kendra G trying to be Kevin Samuels.
Uh-oh.
People, Kendra G runs her own company. I own my own dating app. I host an online dating show. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Kevin Samuels have transgender people on his show? Did Kevin Samuels have married couples looking to add a person to their relationship on his show? Did Kevin Samuels, and I don't know this, did he ever have people that met from his show, then got married and had babies?
Okay, now there were reports of, because Kevin Samuels had a pretty popular Facebook group, and he claims he had a bunch of people in the group meet up to get married, but you can't take credit for that because the people still had to put in the work. You may have provided a platform for them to meet, but that man and that woman had to figure it out and learn each other to the point where they decided to take a risk on each other. I don't know how much credit you can give a matchmaker. Like, yeah, you put them together, they met through you, but the work still had to be put in by that couple. That's like, once again, I put you on. Like, did you really? Okay, come on. I'm just saying, let's go.
I don't know too much, but I don't think he did any of that. I think he was a consultant to women who were asking for advice. I host a dating show and I own a dating app, Kendra G Singles. Download it now. One more bonus for the men and women who support Cory Holcomb. So you're saying you support a man who feels at times it might be justified that a man disciplines his woman. I'll let him explain what he means when he says discipline his woman.
This a joke or was this the truth? You holding somebody's head to the window?
I would never hold a girl head to the window unless she had it coming. So are you saying, Mr. Newton, you have never had to physically discipline a woman?
Never.
Ain't no man in his right mind would openly say that. I'm sorry. Now, we may say it in jest, in a joke, but now we would not openly say, nah, I had to whoop her ass like because she was wild. Now we will say, amongst each other, but not on a YouTube, like openly in the airwaves. No, I've never touched a woman ever. No, what? Come on now.
Oh my God.
Because I'm gonna tell you, in my situation,
you can't.
Somebody would have came out and said, Cam has physically abused me.
There's a vetting process that comes when dealing with a woman from this Western world. Sometimes you have to demonstrate.
Okay, let me stop right there. Sexy Red makes a very good point. I've never seen the couples that have claimed to have gotten married in Kevin Samuels' group. I would think that these couples would make it a point to say, hey, thanks to Kevin Samuels, I met this person. I met my mate. I met my husband. I met my wife. I have yet to see any of these couples come out. Now, y'all going to say, well, Sly, that's their personal business. You know, maybe everything ain't for the public consumption. Yeah, but you were on a public forum looking for a mate. So that argument's not going to work for me. You went to a very public forum openly looking for a mate. Everybody knows why you're there, because we're all here for the same thing. So why would you not try and translate that into say, hey, we want to thank Kevin Samuels because we, through his site, whatever, through his group, I met this beautiful person. I met the love of my life. I met my forever. I'm just asking questions, y'all. I'm just asking questions.
Now, if you got to demonstrate time after time after time, you are right. This is not somebody that you have the power to vet into what you need her to be. If you have to always, we're going to use the word demonstrate. I think people know what I'm talking about. If you always got to demonstrate with her, then that's not your girl, man. Leave that alone. But there are women out here who understand this man treats me good. He treats the kids I came with good. He's a good brother. He does this. But when I push him, he demonstrates. So I'm not going to do that no more.
So can we please put a microscope to when you say demonstrate? What does that mean?
Discipline.
In what regard?
Physical discipline is something that is the last resort.
No.
It's the last resort. I'm just giving you my point of view.
Okay, I'm going to give you mine. When you...
It's the last resort, but it might be.
Okay, so the bodybuilder, No. I have never said I put hands on. I've defended myself when she was having an enragement, but that video is still up. Please go find that video where I said I put hands on that. That bitch was 5'11", 5'10", 200 pounds. Where me putting hands on her at? I said at the very most I would fight her off. Now I'm fighting her off. I'm trying to defend myself. Now if I go on the attack, that's a whole different story. But it never crossed my mind to openly attack the woman or try to beat her up and shit, because I understood what she was going through and why she was the way she was during certain times of the year when she was competing. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna pull that, I need you to pull that right. But let's continue.
Necessary sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your king? Man, that's who you want to be like? That's who you want your daughter to date and marry one day? Ladies, that's the man that you want to date? Baby, I ain't got nothing left. Take this gift, Cory Holcomb, run with it, repurpose it. I know what you're going to say. Oh, I never want to be with you. I just trying to smash. I know. You couldn't do that. Cory, I would become a lesbian before I would have ever dated you.
Oh.
Ever. I would have dated a horse, a whale, a dog before I would have ever dated you, boo. Ever.
Oh, no.
All new Kendra G singles.
Okay, wait. Let's go look at Kendra G. I need to go look at her. Kendra G. And I know this is old. That's an old picture, but how old is she? Okay. Hey, how old is she? Her age? What's her age? She's 45. What's her net worth? Now, if you believe this site says anywhere between wait. She's 5'5", 126. Really? She looks bigger than 126. I mean, because she's top heavy, though. This is a couple years old. It says 1 to 6. I don't believe she's between $1 to $6 million. I don't believe that. I'm not saying she's. Let's let's see here. A year ago, this one has her at roughly $6 million. Uh-oh. Okay, uh-oh. From her estimated $5 million in 2022. Oh. Okay, let me, you know what? Let me back up. Let me sit my ass down. Let me sit my ass down. She's worth $6 million. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Let's if she kept her hair like this or something close, niggas are going. Let's not do this, y'all. Come on. If she looks like this 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, niggas are going. Stop this nonsense. Everybody's always like, I'm not. I know. We know what you're not gonna. We know. Even if she looks like this 7 times out of 10, motherfuckers are going. Can we just keep it a bean? Just keep it a bean. Really? So nobody's going, huh? Nobody's going, huh? So nobody's going. Nobody's going. Nobody's going. All right. Okay. I'm just saying, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. So nobody's going, huh? Okay. Wow. So nobody's going, huh? You know what? Let's go find her IG, y'all. This was a couple years ago. Nobody's going, huh? Said no. Okay, nobody's. You're not gonna deal with this. Oh, okay, I hear you. I hear what y'all saying. I hear you. I hear what y'all saying. I hear you. I'm listening. So nobody, huh? Okay. All right. I mean, you know. Listen, I'm no fan of the wigs and the weed. Listen, I'm no fan of that shit. Y'all know me. Does her skin look rather oily? Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to freestyle and I don't do nothing for free. I got a dating app, it's called Kendra G Singles.
Yeah.
You want a boo? I'ma make it official.
Yeah.
I'ma just talk and let it flow. I'm on Sway in the morning and I had to do it though.
Yeah.
Freestyling on the show.
Come on.
I'ma let you know.
Come on.
I got the dough. Bird on my back.
Come on.
You want a man? You want a girl? Go get the app. iPhone,
Yeah.
Android, it's.
Hey, say what you want. She's doing her thing. I'm with it. I'm with it. She doing her thing. I can't hate. I cannot hate. So nobody's going. I can't hate. No hating here. Nope. I respect it. I personally don't like. I don't care. Listen, I'm gonna say it again. I don't care for the wigs and the weaves. It bothers me, and it's a shit ton of makeup. But you know, I respect the hustle. I respect her hustle. And she top heavy too. Come on, y'all. Let's not do this. Let me see. Anything else? This is when she was at the Super Bowl. Once again, how come Cory wasn't at the Super Bowl? One of the biggest platforms in the world, the Super Bowl. She was there, y'all. Lace front slipping and everything. I'm just saying. Say what you want. All right, okay, that's enough. I'm over it. Oh, wait. So she's worth $6 million. Okay. She's worth $6 million. Now we know what we gotta do next, right? You know what we gotta do next, right? Let's do this. Let's do it just because it's only fair. Cory Holcomb's net worth, $1 million. If you believe these numbers. $1 million. That was the movie, The Wedding Ringer. That's what it was called. That was a Will Packer movie. The Wedding Ringer. Yeah, Wild 'N Out back in 2016. Okay. He's worth $1 million. She's worth $6 million. Once again, that's not gonna work. The whole "where's your husband?" that shit doesn't work, man. Come on, that argument doesn't. It doesn't have the punch it used to have, right? Where's your man? Where's your husband? That shit don't punch like it used to. Please don't run up to women talking about "where's your husband?" That shit's not gonna work. You don't think these women can get married if they don't want to? Like, seriously? Like, I would never discount a woman's ability to get married. If a woman wants to get married, she get married. Okay. What's my last story? Oh no, 2 more and we out of here. All right, Kevin Liles. Goddamn, listen. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But okay, let's continue. Kevin Liles accused of okay. Let's see here. In a suit filed in the New York Supreme Court, Jane Doe named Universal Music Group, Def Jam, and Liles as defendants. She filed the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law. Okay. At the time of the alleged assault, Liles served as president of Def Jam and EVP of Island. He was executive vice president of Island Def Jam from 1999 to 2004. Doe claims that she started working at Def Jam as an executive assistant to the general manager around 1999, and that Liles began sexually harassing her soon after, making derogatory and degrading comments based on her gender regarding her body and appearance. Now, let me just say this real quick. For those of us that have worked with Def Jam, for Def Jam, Universal, that whole system, is it possible that Kevin Liles may have done this? Anything's possible. Is it probable? I say no. You know why? Because we all knew Kevin was different. And you know what I'm talking about. For decades, you know, it was like not even a joke. It was like a well-known fact that Kevin liked different things. Okay? Once again, is it possible he did this to this woman? Yeah. Is it probable if you ask me? No. For different reasons. Let's continue. Liles has played a key role in D'Angelo, Young Thug's careers, has been sued by Jane Doe, claiming that he sexually assaulted her during her employment at Def Jam in the early 2000s. Okay. From 2000 to 2002, the sexual harassment escalated with Liles allegedly pushing his body against her breasts and grabbing her behind. We got to do better than this, y'all. In 2002, Doe says that she was at the office with Liles when he made sexual advances that she rebuffed. He then allegedly forced himself on top of her and attacked her despite continued protests. So, in the office. Now, I've heard stories of Leor. You know what? Y'all not ready for that. That's another story for another day. The suit claims that UMG and Def Jam not only knew or should have known of Liles' propensity to commit the aforementioned crimes of violence, but also enabled how he engaged with employees. Doe's attorney Lucas B. Franken, partner at Fowle Cochran Vertitis Amala PLLC, said, "We commend our client for her determination to seek justice for the sexual abuse she endured, as well as the sheer bravery it took to come forward against a well-known celebrity figure In our lengthy experience defending sexual abuse victims, we have witnessed a common thread, and that is that they often are not alone in their abuse. Based on the violent and egregious conduct, we expect that others were also abused, and we hope that they can also come forward to share their experiences and pursue justice. In 2023, Liles was named as a defendant in a $25 million sexual assault lawsuit filed against singer Trey Songz, who he manages. The Jane Doe who filed the suit claimed that Liles ignored the growing accusations against Songz over the years. That suit was settled the following year. Y'all got to do better than this. I'm good. I had to do better than this. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to our final story. Our final story of the night. Gene Hackman, Jeezy Pete's. You know, the first thing I thought that came to mind when I heard about Gene Hackman, his role in, what was the Tom Cruise movie? They played shady lawyers. What was that movie, y'all? What was the movie he did with Tom Cruise? And they were overcharging all of their clients, and that's how they were making money, just buku money, because they were just overcharging for billing hours. What was that Tom Cruise movie? What was the Tom Cruise movie? What was it called? What was it called? What was it called? What was it called? Because I don't remember. I don't feel like looking it up. Somebody doesn't know the name of the movie that I'm talking about? The Firm, yes. Now, why did I think of The Firm when I first heard of his passing? Because if you remember in the movie The Firm, Wilford Brimley was the fixer. And then once Tom Cruise double-crossed Gene Hackman's character, right, got him jammed up with The Firm sent in Wilford Brimley to execute Gene Hackman's character. That is the first thing I thought when I first heard this story earlier today. Don't ask me why. I'm like, oh, that sounds like he got fixed. I think like that. I'm weird. Doesn't mean you have to think like I do. That's what came to my mind. Out of all the roles that Gene Hackman has played in his 60 plus years, 70 years, that movie came to my mind. Like, oh, yo, that's right. Okay. Now, once again, speculation. Nobody knows. We're just here to, be entertained and be oohed and odd and wild and like gas bar, gas for air and clutch to pearls and all that good stuff. Let's continue. Let's get to it. This ain't gonna take long.
We're following breaking news developments in the deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife, with investigators now calling those deaths suspicious. You're taking a look at some filed video of the couple, and I wanted to share the very latest as Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman was found dead alongside his wife, who was a classical pianist, as well as their dog in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home Wednesday afternoon. Now, a search warrant affidavit obtained by Fox News Digital revealed that Hackman's wife was found decomposed. And I want to preface this by saying what I'm about to share is disturbing to possibly some of you. She was found decomposing with bloating on her face and mummification in her hands and feet.
Do you know how long you have to be dead for that to happen? Okay, let's go looking. How long? Oh, there we go. The AI knows what I want. How long does it take? Of course, Gene Hackman pops up because now you're going to hear everything about mummification. How long does it take? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Mummification results when the tissue of the human body begins to dry out and occurs when a corpse is in an environment that is hot and dry. Mummification is the point at which the decompositional process ceases. It is considered, the development of mummification is considered to take weeks, if not months. And once mummification is reached, the body can be preserved in that state for an extended period of time. So we're talking weeks to months. So Gene Hackman and his wife were laid out for if weeks, if not months, given the condition they were found in. That is horrific. But let's continue. We're here for it.
Hackman was also found to have the same signs of decomposition as his wife. Detectives believe that the circumstances surrounding the death of Hackman and his wife are suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation. When two Santa Fe County Patrol deputies arrived at the scene, they walked to the front of the residence, and that is when they found the front door slightly open. They did not observe any signs of forced entry into the home. That is according to the warrant. After they entered the residence, they immediately observed a bathroom to the left of the front door. The door of the bathroom was opened, and that is where they discovered the body of Hackman's wife lying on the ground. An orange prescription bottle was also found near her body, and the bottle appeared open with pills scattered on the countertop.
Now, once again, I'm weird. I just got done watching a television series on Netflix where they murdered 3 people and put drugs out. Prescription drugs at that. It's called 0 Day. I just watched 0 Day a couple days ago when they murdered 3 people. They paralyzed them. They drowned one of them. And then put the heroin and then the pills. They opened the pill bottle and spread the pill. I was like, no. Listen, anytime I hear anything about pills being laid next to somebody, strewn about, I think it was a fix. Y'all forgive me, but that's how my mind is. Let's go.
Police said that she showed obvious signs of death, body decomposition, bloating in her face, and mummification in both hands and feet. A deceased dog was also found near her body in a closet of the bathroom, but 2 healthy dogs were also found on the property, one running loose and the other seen near Hackman's wife's body.
Oh no. So the one dog in the house survived. The other dog was found in the closet. I don't know, y'all. This does not sound like a natural death, but let's continue.
The warrant stated that there were, quote, no obvious signs of a gas leak, and that was an earlier conjecture that perhaps they passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, Santa Fe County Sheriff Mendoza confirmed with Fox News Digital separately that the gas company and fire department additionally responded to make sure there were no toxic fumes that would endanger the deputies during their search. And the New Mexico Gas Company is working with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department in this investigation. During their initial investigation, the sheriff did not discover any visible trauma on Hackman or his wife and said they could have been victims of a double homicide, suicide, accidental death, or natural causes. Hackman was 95 years old at the time of his death, his wife 63. The office confirmed that the cause of death has not been determined as of yet, and the investigation is still ongoing. Sheriff Mendoza telling Fox News Digital that an autopsy is scheduled for today. So the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office telling Fox News Digital, quote, on February 26 at approximately 1:45 p.m. local time, Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to an address on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park where Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife, Betsy, 64, and a dog were found deceased. We did want to share that latest breaking news update as now investigators deemed the deaths of both Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife as suspicious, saying that both bodies showed signs of mummification. Any new information, we, of course, will bring that to you.
Okay. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good. This is spooky. Let's go.
Actor Gene Hackman's life coming to a shocking end inside his New Mexico home. Hackman and his wife found dead by maintenance workers, and the circumstances around their death is now being called suspicious. Police say Hackman and his wife could have been dead for weeks. Let's bring in Joseph Scott Morgan, former forensic death investigator. Please do share with us your thoughts as you've been able to give some time to what we know so far.
Well, as you guys mentioned, one of the problems is that this information is coming out is rather convoluted at this point in time. Not to mention, it's Thursday. They were discovered on Wednesday, and we're now just kind of figuring things out and hearing these bits of information that are coming out. The most important thing, I believe, at this point in time is to see what the state medical examiner has to say. We've heard about pills being scattered about, and pills being ingested are completely different. I'm kind of interested in the space heater that has been tipped over. And with the medical examiner's help, one of the things that will take place is that they will conduct a test that's referred to as a carboxyhemoglobin level. And not just on Mr. Hackman and his wife, but also, I would imagine, somebody involved in veterinary medicine will also attend to this dog as well to see if there is any carbon monoxide in their system, regardless of what the fire department says about what was there or what wasn't there. Now, my understanding is, per your last guess that you had, there was maybe evidence of forced entry. Now, that's troubling. We don't know what the source of that was. Was it EMTs or the police trying to get access? Because, you know, it was the finder was actually somebody that peered through the window. Did they not have access to that? So when you get into the house, you want to know, is there any sign at all of any kind of struggle that took place there? And, of course, observations of the body. But you know, as we know, one of the things that's been saying, as ghastly as it is that they're talking about signs of decomposition, and not just decomposition, but mummification, which takes a bit longer than standard decomposition.
All right, to your point there, just reading through the affidavit here, one of the deputies was named Thomas. Deputy Thomas indicated he did not observe any indication the residence had been rummaged through or items were taken from inside the residence. He advised, based on his training and experience, that nothing appeared to be out of place while clearing the residence. That would seem to eliminate any possibility of a struggle.
Yeah, of a struggle. But, you know, Mr. Hackman, of course, was up in age. He's infirmed. It would not take much to traumatize him. So you have to examine the bodies very, very thoroughly just to make sure that they don't have any trauma, because just because there's no rummaging that goes on doesn't mean that they have not been traumatized. You know, and the way they're saying, you know, they keep throwing out this term, guys, about suspicion and these sorts of things. Anytime you use that term, you know, everybody's antennae go up.
Let me see. Oh, you're not well versed in Indiana University basketball. Yeah, that was a real thing. Very real, very common at the time. But let's continue.
Up at that point in time, and you have to be very thorough, very painstaking in this case. They'll do full body x-rays, they'll do exhaustive external examinations before they ever do a full autopsy. And just know this, the state medical examiner's office in New Mexico is superlative. They're shining example in my field of medical legal death investigation. They have been for years. So I'm glad that their remains are now with them, and we can really get to the heart of this and find out what was going on.
I suppose, you know, obviously time will tell. The deaths of these two individuals could have happened at completely separate times, not necessarily at the same time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's one of the reasons that it's really important that you take note at the scene when you have to, and we have to state again with this canine sound as well, the measurement of what we refer to as postmortem interval. That is the moment since death, and we conduct certain measurements at the scene. It's important that they're done at the scene. But when you start to get off into this area of advancement and decomposition, and again, they're using this term mummification, we have to keep in mind as well that Santa Fe is a very arid environment, so that promotes mummification. And not to mention, we're coming out of the winter months, which is particularly dry, even more so than most of the time. So it's going to be rather complex. I beg people to be very patient with this before they jump to any conclusions, because you want all of the data to be in, and you want to get this right, and that's what they're dealing with right now.
So again, you mentioned this, that despite the fact that there were no signs that there might have been carbon monoxide poisoning, you can't rule that out until you do the tests on the remains.
Correct.
But this idea that the affidavit says that they both appered to have abruptly fallen. But carbon monoxide poisoning, I don't believe, would cause that. You'd get tired, you'd probably lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But if they died of something else, what would have killed the dog? I mean, this is puzzling.
Yeah, precisely, and that's the real.
And then for the dog to be found in the closet, that's odd as well too. But let's continue.
Head scratcher. The nature of the relationship that they had with this particular dog. If there's anything that's more sinister here, perhaps did they have a particular affection for this animal? I don't know. And nothing is off the table. You know, whether it be any of the 5 manners of death: homicide, suicide, accidental death, undetermined, or natural. Everything has to be considered. And that's why it's so very important to examine these all of these remains very, very carefully. And if they did die suddenly and they both collapse simultaneously, which is kind of interesting statement that they're making there, there has to be a causative element. There is a huge age gap between Mr. Hackman and Mrs. Hackman. And so I don't know what her level of disease was, perhaps heart problems, anything like that. Was it a stroke? I can't imagine two people having simultaneous strokes. And then to boot, the dog passes away as well. That's why we have to be very, very careful moving forward with this case.
Yeah, and you have to start to ask yourself as well, if there was a time difference in death, was she the caregiver primarily to both of them? And if she had passed, leaving them without that care, that could be a different situation as well. We'll see when we get more details about all of this, but it is a mystery, that is for sure still. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, interesting. So let's do this. Gene Hackman, who is his wife, right? She doesn't look like an American. Wait. Hackman wife. She didn't look. Betsy Arakawa. Where is she from? Okay, she's a classical musician. Oh, come on, don't do me like this. Damn it, New York Times. I don't want to. Okay. Last one. Last one. Let me see. Oh wait, I have bad news. Right now, Captain America sitting at 293, y'all. This thing may not make $400 million. I don't know, y'all. 62% second week drop. I don't know. I don't know. This ain't gonna make $400 million worldwide, man. I don't know. I hate this. I hate this for Anthony Mackie. Marvel's in trouble right now, man. I don't know. This is where we're at. 295 worldwide. Let's see. By this weekend, it'll hit 300, maybe 305, 310. I don't know. It's looking bad. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming through. I've gone over my limit by 40 minutes messing with y'all. Told myself no, just do 2 hours and leave it and keep it moving, but no. Okay, let me get out of here. Yes, Gene Hackman was the coach in Hoosiers. Yes, because they would do the grandma shot underneath. They would shoot the free throws underhanded. It's a good movie. You know. So, all right, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for coming through. I got a busy day tomorrow. Matter of fact, I gotta go to the dentist and get my teeth cleaned. So that's gonna be an event. So yeah, with that being said, I catch y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all have a good night. Peace.